is my first tutorial in GarageBand. I'm going to apologize in advance. GarageBand is not my particular forte. I only know a little bit about it, but I will show you what I know. First of all, when you open it, you might come across a window like this, and I typically choose Empty Project, and then the next window you get will be to choose a track type. Make sure you select no input, because otherwise it will be looking for a microphone or an instrument or something. And then, yeah, from here, either one of these two would be fine. I'll just pick microphone, and then you go to create. Now, in this window, the first thing I do is go up to here. I'm not a musician, so I don't really know about the tempo and the time, blah, blah, blah. So this arrow here, I go here, and I simply change it to time. That's what I'm concerned with. Now, even though I set it to no input, if you go down to here with the track controls, you will see that it did select an input. For me, I'm going to go back, change it to no input. This library here, I don't need it. I don't ever use it. So these buttons up here, I'm going to close the library. Now, this I'll leave open. I might need it later. However, more importantly, this button here, these are my musical loops. This is what I'm going to be working with. So, right now, with my musical loops, the loop packs, you see I can narrow it down to a genre, but I'm not going to do it here. I'll do it here, and I'll explain why. These three things are to narrow down what you're looking for. So I want an organ, and then I'm going to go to genre. What type of organ? I want a cinematic organ. And then I go to mood. What type of mood am I looking for? And I'm going to go to relaxed. So you see here, instrument, genre, mood. You do not have to pick all three. I can simply go back and turn that off. Maybe I just want an instrument and a mood. Okay? Or you can pick just one. Whatever you decide. So you grab your instrument. You can play your little samples. And then you drag, if this will cooperate with me. There we go. Then you simply drag your track in. Now, there is a difference between the tracks with the green and with the blue. Again, I'm not great with GarageBand. I couldn't explain what the difference is. I simply know that they're not interchangeable. So for example, this green one will not go on this track for whatever reason. Anyway, it doesn't matter what layer you put the tracks on. So you can layer them any way you see fit. And let's grab another instrument. Okay, hold on. So you can layer them any way that you see fit, and you'll notice again it's got an input, and I need to change it to no input. So now these should not be moving at all unless the music is playing. So I'll hit play. Okay, so now we've got our music playing. You notice the tracks are at all different lengths. If you go to the end of the track, you'll see that it's split vertically. On the top you have this, and on the bottom your cursor will look like that. If you go to the top one, that is a loop. So you can drag it and it will simply loop endlessly. So now you can do that so that all of your tracks are the same. Now when I hit play, it's all playing. Now they're all playing at the same volume, so I can simply turn the volume down on one track, turn it up on another track, and possibly leave the third one alone. Now the other thing is you can mute a track. So if something doesn't sound right, you can mute it to kind of isolate what sounds out of place, or you can isolate it this way where you mute everything else and you're only listening to the one track. So once you have that figured out and all of your music is the way you want it, to share it, you go up to share and you go down to export song to disk, and then you give it a name. I would choose MP3. It'll take up less space on your computer, and then you go to export.